Hey everyone, welcome back to English Around Me. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. How's it going, Sarah?
Great. I got a message from one of our listeners yesterday. She said she went to a restaurant, and when the server asked, "Are you ready to order?" she just froze. She knew what she wanted to eat, but couldn't remember the right phrases to use.
Oh no, that's exactly why today's episode is so important. We're talking about ordering food at restaurants, something we all do, but it can be really nerve-wracking in English.
Absolutely. By the end of today's episode, you'll know exactly what to say when you walk into any restaurant.
We'll cover the essential phrases, practice real conversations, and give you the confidence to order like a native speaker.
Plus, we'll share some cultural tips that even advanced speakers don't always know. Ready to dive in? Let's do this. All right, let's start with the key phrases you absolutely need to know. Mike, what's the first one?
I'd like to make a reservation. Listen carefully. I'd like to make a reservation. I'd like to make a reservation. This is formal and polite, perfect for calling ahead. A reservation means you book a table in advance. Use this phrase when calling restaurants, especially busy ones, or for dinner on weekends. Popular restaurants fill up fast.
Great. Now, if you're more casual, you can say, "Can I get a table for two?" Listen carefully. Can I get a table for two? Can I get a table for two? Notice how "can I get" is more relaxed than "I'd like."
Yeah, use "Can I get a table" when you walk into a restaurant without a reservation. It's casual and works great at cafes, diners, or lunch spots.
Exactly.
Next up, what do you recommend? What do you recommend? What do you recommend? This is super useful when you're not sure what to order. To recommend means to suggest something good. So you're asking the server, "What's your suggestion?" Or "What should I choose?" Servers know the menu best, so this is really helpful.
Love that one. Here's another casual option. What's good here? What's good here? What's good here? Same meaning, but more like talking to a friend.
Perfect. Now, when you're ready to order, you can say, "I'll have," for example, "the chicken sandwich." I'll have the chicken sandwich. I'll have the chicken sandwich. This is the most common way to order.
Or you can say, Can I have the chicken sandwich?" Or, "Can I have the chicken sandwich?" Both work perfectly.
And here's a lifesaver. Could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that, please? Use this when you don't understand something.
And finally, "Could I get the check, please?" Could I get the check, please? Could I get the check, please? That's how you ask to pay.
Notice we're using could instead of can. It's a bit more polite, especially with servers you don't know.
Great point. These phrases work in any English-speaking country, from casual cafes to fancy restaurants. Now let's hear these phrases in action. We recorded some conversations at different restaurants. Listen carefully.
First up, a casual lunch spot. Pay attention to how relaxed this sounds.
Hi there, table for how many? Just two, please.
Perfect, right this way. Here are your menus. Can I start you with something to drink?
What's good here?
The burgers are really popular and the fish tacos are amazing.
Great. I'll have the fish tacos and a Coke.
Perfect choice.
Did you catch that? The customer said, just two, please. Super simple. And what's good here? Very casual and friendly.
Exactly. Now, let's hear a more formal dinner conversation.
Hi, I'd like to make a reservation for tonight.
Certainly. For how many people?
4 people, around 7 p.m. if possible.
Let me check. Yes, we have a table available at 7:15. Would that work?
Perfect, thank you.
Notice the difference? I'd like to make a reservation. Much more formal than our first example.
Right. And here's one more. Someone who needs help understanding the menu.
Are you ready to order?
Actually, could you tell me about the salmon?
Of course. It's grilled with lemon and herbs, served with rice and vegetables.
That sounds great. I'll have that, please.
Excellent choice. And for you?
Could you repeat the specials, please? I didn't catch them all.
Sure. We have the chicken marsala, the beef stir-fry, and the vegetarian lasagna.
I'll have the chicken marsala.
Perfect. Did you hear? Could you repeat the specials, please? That's exactly how to ask for clarification.
Now, it's your turn to practice. I'll be the server and you respond. Ready? Hi. Welcome to Tony's restaurant. Table for how many?
Great. You could say 2, please, or just 2. Here's the next one.
Can I start you with something to drink?
Perfect. You could say, I'll have water, or could I get a coffee? One more.
Are you ready to order?
Excellent. You might say, I'll have the pasta, or what do you recommend?
Time for some focused practice. I'll say a phrase, then you repeat it. Ready? I'd like to make a reservation.
What do you recommend?
I'll have the chicken.
Could I get the check, please?
Perfect. Now let's do a complete role play. I'm the waiter. You're the customer. Here we go. Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
You could say, yes, under the name Smith, or no, do you have a table for 2?
Here's your menu. What can I get you to drink?
Maybe I'll have water, or what wines do you have?
Are you ready to order or do you need a few more minutes?
You might say, I need a few more minutes, or I'll have the salmon.
Excellent. That comes with your choice of potato or rice.
Perfect. You could say, I'll have the rice, please, or what kind of potatoes?
Great job. You're getting more confident with each practice.
Wow, we covered a lot today. Let's quickly review those key phrases.
I'd like to make a reservation for calling ahead.
What do you recommend when you need help choosing?
I'll have the most common way to order.
Could you repeat that, please? when you don't understand.
And could I get the check, please? When you're ready to pay.
For homework this week, I want you to practice these phrases every day. Say them out loud while looking at restaurant menus online. Even practice in front of a mirror.
And here's a fun challenge. Visit a restaurant this week and use at least 3 of these phrases. You've got this.
Next episode, we're talking about shopping for clothes, super practical vocabulary, and phrases for your next shopping trip.
Remember, every conversation is practice. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on communicating.
Thanks for listening to English Around Me. If you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend who's learning English.
Until next time, keep practicing and stay confident.